let's breathe together. Start with your posture and find a place where you're comfortable. On your back if you can. It's easier to relax in that position. Or if you need to sit up in a chair, use a chair with a straight back to support your back. Knees bent at 90 degrees, hip width apart, your feet flat on the floor with the toes pointing forward. Now breathe the breath in and pull it all the way down. Pull it down. Pull it down so your belly rounds up. Noticing to pull it in through your nose if you can, and let the nose do the job of warming and filtering and humidifying the air. Pulling it down so your belly rounds up and signals you that you've brought the air down to the bottom lobes of your lungs, where most of the blood circulates, and that healthy exchange of carbon dioxide and oxygen has the biggest impact. And notice yourself, and as you're breathing, notice if there's any tension in your body that isn't needed. And release it on the exhale. On the inhale, pulling the air in through both nostrils, pulling it down, rounding the belly, and then continuing to pull it and rounding across your rib cage and into your upper chest so you're round like a barrel. And at the top, let it flow out either through the mouth or the nose, all the way back down. Your body gently lengthens and flattens, and at the bottom, your belly button moves back towards your spinal column. Continue the long breath, and notice tension. If you're trying too hard, you'll pick up tension, and you don't want to, because that works opposite of what you want to achieve. So make sure you're not trying too hard, and pulling the air down and rounding up, and then releasing it and letting it go. And noticing the tension and any that tries to creep back in, just release it on an exhale. Good. I like to choose a word that we focus on, and this morning I chose the word contagious. I like looking them up in the dictionary because frequently the dictionary makes me laugh, and it didn't disappoint this morning. It said contagious was of or pertaining to contagion. Like, well, good. Okay. So, contagious, something that can be transmitted either directly or indirectly. So interesting. So interesting. Continue your breath right now and feel yourself enhancing your own health. And put a smile on your face as you round up, as you breathe in, and lengthen and flatten as you breathe out. And let that soft relaxation and that healthy breath and that smile on your face be transmitted. Let it be transmitted to you, first of all, and then let it be transmitted to your environment. We've all had people come into our life or into a room and thought, I think I'm going to go someplace else, because they were transmitting something I didn't want a part of. They didn't say anything, but perhaps the frown on their face or the way they carried their body gave me that Debbie Downer kind of a response. Maybe it was anger, whatever. Notice how things can be transmitted. They're contagious. So let's build this morning and build our own strength, our own stability, our relaxation, and let's transmit it. Let's let it be contagious. And as a group, if we do this as a group, there's power in numbers. So breathe in, round up like a barrel. Breathe out, smile, release tension, and transmit that out to the world around you. So instead of the world transmitting all of its anxiety to us, we transmit out to the world our stability, our strength, our smile, and our relaxation. Keep breathing. Good. Let's work with our feet this morning. So important. Oh my gosh. Carry us around all the time. And they're so complicated with so many bones and tendons and muscles. This exercise, when I tried it yesterday, caused my feet to cramp. So I'm warning you ahead of time. If your feet cramp, release and relax and do it a little gentler. Here's the exercise. Curl your toes as best you can and hold your toes curled, and then with your toes curled, point your feet away from your body and breathe as you hold the tension. And notice whether or not cramping or pain gets worse as you hold or gets better as you hold. And then maintaining the curl in your toes, pull your foot back and push your heel away while you keep your toes curled. And once you've extended your foot and pushed the heel away and the toes are curled, hold and breathe. And again, notice whether any discomfort gets better as you hold or whether it gets worse, and adjust and make it fit you. And then do it several times. Curl your toes, point, breathe, hold. And when you're ready, change and curl your toes and push your heel away and pull your toes back and hold and breathe. You can do this one foot at a time, or you can do it both feet at a time. Do what works best for you. And take the next minute of time and just curl your toes and point and breathe and pull back and hold and breathe, keeping your toes curled. If you do this every day or even several times a week or several times a day, just think about it, and when you're sitting, think about curling your toes and pointing your foot and pulling it back and using the breath, maintaining tension with a steady breath, relaxed and long and complete. Good. And now release your feet and wiggle them around. Maybe draw circles with them and release the tension that you've created. And back to our word contagious. Let's set the tone for today with a laugh. So you breathe in and fill your lungs round up like a barrel. And on the exhale, give it a good ha ha ha. And do that several times, filling the lungs, and then the long exhale on a really good ha ha. Extending that ha ha so the air is totally expelled, and then breathing in again and laughing and setting the tone. There are so many things in life, in the world around us, that are so ridiculous and worth laughing at. And laughing is so healthy. So breathe in your long breath and breathe out and laugh. Just a few times to set the tone, and then just be quiet and breathe quietly again. And put a smile on your face, because your laughter and your smile are contagious. And we think about contagious and disease, and how when people sneeze, germs spread, and hey, when you laugh, joy spreads. It's on the airwaves. Good. Let's do a 5-minute breath practice this morning. And let's use the ah breath. The one they did the research on, that of the breaths they researched, they chose 3, and then they did a study, and the people in the study spent 5 minutes doing the breath practice, and then they tested at the end. And the breath practice that had the biggest effect over the 24-hour time period was the one we do, where you inhale and fill your lungs all the way to the top. Take in 3 more sniffs, and then on the exhale, with your mouth open, you do a long audible sigh. Try it. Extend the sigh so the exhale is long, and following our guideline of not trying too hard and not going so far that you have to gasp for the inhale. And do the long inhale, sniff at the top, and then the longer exhale on an ah. And we'll go for 5 minutes. And think of our ah as being contagious. And awe can become awesome. Think of something that's awesome as you sigh out that long exhale. So many ahs in our life. Focus on them. And as you breathe this breath, you're stimulating that long vagus nerve. It's stimulated by the breath, and it's stimulated by the sound, and it's stimulated by your positive thought of something awesome. And it tones the nerve and makes it stronger. And one of the jobs of that vagus nerve is to bring us back to neutral after we've faced a challenging thought or a challenging action or a challenging situation, so that we're alert and able to act and able to release. And use our energy in a way that is purposeful and direct and appropriate, and then release it and come back to neutral. Great nerve to build. Build it with your breath, breathing in long and deep, and then releasing on a long exhale with a loud sigh. Good. Awesome. Breathe and sigh and build your own strength, your resilience. It's contagious. Keep going. And now one more time, with a smile on your face, and rest on your back and appreciate your effort. And may the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Have a great day. Be contagious.